Let's talk about the everyday corruption that quietly shapes our lives. It's not about movie villains. It's the government clerk who won't process your permit without a tip, or the traffic cop who lets you off for a fine paid straight into his pocket. This is bribery and favoritism, jobs, contracts, and services handed out based on connections, not merit. Need a public service? Suddenly, there's a problem that only an unofficial payment can fix. It's a system built on winks and nudges, not rules and rights. These acts seem minor, but together they create a society where the game is rigged. The most qualified don't get the job. The best company doesn't win the contract. It's 1,000 tiny cuts that bleed a country's integrity dry. Common corruption isn't a bug. It's often the system itself. It divides society into those who can pay to play and those who can't. And its consequences are massive, affecting everyone, whether they realize it or not. How does petty bribery and favoritism wreck an economy? Simple. It makes everything cost more and work worse. Corrupt contracts go to the highest briber, not the best builder, so public money vanishes and roads crumble. Hospitals are built with shoddy materials, schools fall apart, and lives are put at risk. Honest investors steer clear, taking jobs and growth elsewhere. Only those willing to play dirty thrive, starving the economy of real investment. The government wastes money on overpriced, terrible projects, leaving less for schools and healthcare. The result? A vicious cycle of stagnation and lost opportunity. Corruption isn't just a moral failing, it's an economic disaster. It slows growth, kills jobs, and leaves everyone worse off. The system is designed to benefit a few insiders at the expense of the many. That's how corruption quietly destroys a nation's future. Corruption hits the poor hardest. For the wealthy, it's an annoyance. For the poor, it's a barrier to survival. Need a loan, a license, or medical care? A bribe stands in your way. These aren't luxuries, they're basic rights held for ransom. Extra costs push poor families deeper into poverty, while public services crumble. The rich can buy their way out with private schools and hospitals. The poor are stuck with what's left. Corruption acts like a regressive tax, draining the most from those with the least. It denies justice, opportunity, and dignity. When police and courts are corrupt, the poor are left unprotected and unheard. This isn't just unfair. It's a betrayal of the social contract. The government's duty is to protect the vulnerable, not prey on them. In a corrupt system, the poor pay the highest price. So how do we fight back? Start by going digital. Moving government services online cuts out the middlemen and the bribes. Digital records make corruption harder and processes more transparent. Next, enforce strong anti-corruption laws, real penalties, real accountability. Independent agencies must have the power to investigate and prosecute, no matter who's involved. Transparency is key. Public budgets, open contracts, and accessible information. Protect whistleblowers and empower citizens and journalists to expose wrongdoing. But it's not just up to the government. We all have a role, teaching ethics, refusing bribes, and reporting corruption. Change is hard, but a corrupt system only survives if people play along. By building integrity, we create a fairer society. Public money goes to public good, not private pockets. That's how we get better schools, stronger economies, and a future where everyone has a chance.
Sure.